This is to demonstrate the correct procedure for positioning the inner support discs used in Agrusafe dual containment. The supports are used to centralise the inner pipe and when welding prevent the inner from moving during the welding process. They are positioned about 10mm to 12mm in from the end of the pipe. Firstly, you need to scrape the edges of the welding disc. This is to remove the oxidisation of the material so that you get a better weld. You do this on all four edges and the inner ring. Once you've positioned the disc correctly 10 or 12 mils back, it's now time to tack it and weld it in position.
As you can see, we've now welded in the support discs which bind the inner pipe and the outer pipe together, and the inner pipe, which is the most important, is protruding slightly forward from the outer pipe. This is so that we can ensure that when we plane, the inner pipe is perfectly aligned and perfectly ready to weld. Right, the next step is to bring the planer in and plane a small amount of both of the inner pipes simultaneously. At this point, the inner pipe is still proud of the outer pipe because we need to check that the alignment on the inner pipe is absolutely spot on. As you can see, this one is. Okay, the next step is to bring the planer in. Now that we've confirmed that the alignment on the inner pipe is perfect, we're now going to plane both pipes simultaneously so that we get them both flush against the planer. It's important to make sure that all of the swarf and the loose material is taken out of the weld interface so this doesn't get caught up in the weld as we do it. Right, this graph illustrates the welding procedure. Up this side we've got pressure, and along the bottom of the graph we've got time. What we're going to do, we're going to introduce the heater into the centre of the two materials and build the pressure up to 34 kilopons in the case we're going to show you. At this point the material will start to bead up, and when it's reached a certain height we then reduce the pressure off, and then this is the heat soak time. It's approximately 10% of the initial bead up pressure, and once that's achieved the pressure is released, we take the heater out, and then the pressure is built up again, back up to the 34 kilopons, exactly the same as this pressure. It's then allowed to cool for 8 minutes. At this point we're now doing the final alignment. Both the materials are being planed back, and as you can see the alignment is acceptable. We're now opening up the two pipes, ready to introduce the heating element. The temperature for polyethylene is 220 degrees C, and the temperature for polypropylene would be 210 degrees C. Okay, so the first thing to do is to bring the pipes together against the heater plate and build the pressure up to 34 kP. We're now looking for a bead to form on both sides of the pipework of approximately 1 millimetre. Once this bead is achieved, we can then reduce the pressure down to approximately 3.4, which is about 10% of the initial pressure. We're now going to heat soak for 55 seconds. Okay, we're now ready to take out the heater plate, reintroduce the pipes together and build the pressure up, again back up gently to 34 kilopons. There will be a slight amount of displacement for the first 30 seconds or so, so you may have to just tweak the pressure back up. At this point both materials have welded together simultaneously. We have a small bead on the outer pipe and a large bead on the inner pipe. The materials are then allowed to cool under the 34 kilopons of pressure for approximately 8 minutes. Once that time has elapsed, you then remove the pressure before taking the pipes out of the welding machine. That weld is complete.